Okay, and we're live. If you hear some noise in the background, that is my fan because it's hot in here. And I'm not in a fancy studio, and it just is what it is. So I wanted to come on here and speak to uh, speak to my brothers and sisters for a minute. So let me do a quick check and see if this is showing up on YouTube. This will take just a second. Well, it's not like I have to go anyplace. I'm just clicking around in here. And I will, yeah, I see it. And I'm going to just wait and see if anybody comes into the room. Even if no one comes into the room, I'm still going to say what I got to say. Pudding. I'm saying this because I just read this. Hold on. Okay, I just wanted to check something because that didn't look right to me. Peace, Lions Dan. How are you? It's good to see you in here. I hope all is well with you. Do I sound all right? Would you give me a one if it sounds all right? I know there might be some background noise. I was just explaining that that's my fan. So I'm just gonna wait for a few more people to come into the room and see if anybody comes and give it a couple minutes. And I'm seeing that the Radical Sister has another video up, just went up like 13 minutes ago. I'll probably be watching that after I do this. And anybody who might be watching this on the playback, if you can, go to the Radical Sisters channel and subscribe to her channel. The Radical Sister had like 24,000 subscribers, and she has several channels, and each of those channels had a high number of subscribers. Her main channel had 24,000, and YouTube turned around and took down her main channel, and then they took down all her other channels and just poof, and they were gone. And so now I think that she's at like 118, 119, starting all over from scratch. And so if you get the, or when you get the chance, please be sure and subscribe to the Radical Sisters channel. She has good information on there, and she's definitely Black loving. So for our people, that is so important. And I'm about to type something into the chat here. Okay, so I'm going to go on and start. And like I said, thanks for being here, Lions Den. You know, this morning I got a well. Let me take it back even a little further. Last night I was on the Information Man's show, and he did he did a show with me and him talking about my book Melanin. Melanin, a novel, is available on Amazon, and so on. And peace to you, Aaron Collins. How you doing, bro? I'm glad it's good to see you here. And we were discussing my book, and when we were discussing it, now the book debuted in the top 100 in Black science fiction books, and it stayed there for about a week, and it got all the way up to number 61. And you know what? I still don't know if you can even hear me. If you can hear me, would you put a one in? Yeah, I'm not seeing any ones. I don't know if anybody can hear me. Oh, you hear me? Does it sound all right? Well, it may not because I got this fan, but it it was at number. It made it as high as number 61 on Amazon in Black science fiction, and then it started to like fall off from there, and it fell out of the top 100 and went all the way down to. And I'm saying all the way. I mean, it's still not bad, but it went down to like 132. And then last night I did the Information Man show with him. And today, when I looked online this morning, Melanin was at 35, number 35 on Amazon's top 100 Black science fiction books, number 35. And I know that not only did Information Man show have something to do with that, but all of our people who like came together and purchased the book, put the books in their shopping cart and all this. And it just I'm on here actually to just say thank you, because that means so much to me. Later on today, it was at 35. I couldn't believe it. I went and I didn't talk to her on the phone, but I sent a message to the radical sister, and I said, "Is this really at 35? You gonna check this?" And and peace, Nikki. I see you in there. And Unsunken One, thank you so much. And I was like, "Is this real?" And I was asking several people. I was like, "Is this real? Is this showing up the same way it's showing up for you?" Because there's times that I have had things to show that melanin was at a certain place, and it would be someplace else on somebody else's. But no, it was showing up as what it was. It was at number 35. And then this afternoon, I was still working on something else, and I went and decided to check again and just see what was going on, and it was at number 30. And that was just so unbelievable to me. I'm like, my novel is at number 30 in Black science fiction on Amazon. And I just found that so I can't even put words to what I felt about that. But all I know was that I immediately took a screenshot of it, and Angela was actually sitting right beside me. She was working on some because she's a writer also. I'm going into that in a minute, but she's a writer also. She, we're sitting kind of adjacent to each other. And I said, number 30 on Amazon. I said, I'm going to put this on blast. And so I immediately just started sending the screenshot out to everybody I know. And I sent those out, and then I sent them out through whatever social media that I'm on. I didn't send it out through Instagram because I'm still figuring out how to use Instagram. But Peace Golden Black One, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I don't know why I haven't. When I get a chance, because I'm not sure how to do it right now. Okay, there we go. There's your wrench and Aaron Collins. There's your wrench. And Lions Den. Because I know you're a solid brother. There's your ranch. And I think I got everybody. And if I missed you, forgive me. I'm sitting there trying to do this thing. Peace Empress, and because you're solid, I know. And Nikki, I almost missed you. There you go. Because all of y'all been hanging with me. But anyway, yeah, it got up to number 30. And what that's saying to me is that our people are tired of being handed a bunch of crap. And Melanin is a book that is respectful of our people. Melanin is a book that shows love, honor, and respect for our people. That's the way that I write every time, always. And that's my goal, is to give our people some kind of an alternative, because whether it's something like the incident at Sesame Place, or whether we're going someplace to eat, or whether we're getting, a lot of times I hear comments like, well, why are you going there? And the truth, the fact of the matter is that sometimes we just don't have any place else to go. And as people who like entertainment, I like entertainment. I like to be entertained. I like to read an engaging story. I like to watch an engaging show or whatever. But it's hard to go and find something that you watch it and you don't feel insulted after you've watched it or while you're watching it. And me, Ajali Shabazz, my wife Angela, Ioka B, TJ Riley, just a host of others. Madam Precious, we are Black writers who are writing content that when our people read it, we don't feel insulted, and we purposely are trying to create alternatives to the mess that we're handed. And just the fact that the book is doing so well, to me, says, our people are saying, we've had enough of this crap. I know this brother loves his people. I know his brother respects his people. So whatever he writes is going to be full of love, honor, and respect. And so I'll support him with my dollars and not support you and your mess. And I'm just so very appreciative of it. I can't even really put into words how much I appreciate it and how grateful I am and how encouraged I am by seeing the just the turnout, and seeing that people are really getting behind the book and backing it. And I know Golden Black One, she's reading another one of my books that isn't out yet. It's a complete book, but it still has to go through, I think, one or two edits, and one of the cargo. And she's one of only, I think, three people that I've given that to read. Besides, with the exception of my wife, she's one of only three people I've given that book to read. And Angela just walked in the room. And yeah, man, we basically kind of been talking about this all day, and just because it's so, it's just such a fantastic thing. It's such a great thing, and to some people, it might not seem like a lot. It might not mean a lot, but to me, it means a great deal, and it's a big deal to have a book that's in the Unsunken One said, hey, and to have a book that is in the top 100, and I'm keeping company with the likes of Octavia Butler and Walter Mosley, and just different writers like that. I'm up in that same group, and a couple of their works I'm in front of, and so I'm actually looking forward to Melanin. Golden Blackwood sent her love too.
Oh, peace, peace, peace.
But Aaron, the real Aaron Collins said, "Hey, long time no see."
Long time.
I'm telling you that. I told you they missed you out here. But anyway, yeah, it's just very encouraging. We do a lot of writing. Angela's writing. She's publishing. She has something up on a platform called Kindle Vella. Kindle Vella is a platform where writers can write in short form. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nikki. And Nikki C, Divine Perfection. I heard that. I'm so looking forward to getting my copy. Congrats on. Thank you so much. And I was to say, Kindle Vella is a platform that's made for short form writing. A lot of people will read it like on their lunch hour or when they have a break or whatever, because the stories are written in episodes and they're only between 500 and 5,000 words maximum. And you just go from episode to episode at your pace and at your leisure. She has the first two episodes of her story on there. It's called I Declare Love, and it's spelled I and declare. Claire is spelled like a woman's name because the character's name is Declare, right?
Yes.
Declare.
Yes.
And so it's spelled Claire, and with DE in front of it. I declare war. I declare love. I keep saying I declare war. I declare love, and it's a romance story.
Mm-hmm.
So that's awesome. It's just like I said, it's just very encouraging. She's getting good feedback from it. I have a story on that platform. That's on that same platform on Kindle Vella, and I have all the links in the what do you call it? Yeah, the description. So I have a book called Surviving the Worst, or not a book, but a series called Surviving the Worst in there. I think you'll enjoy that. But again, I had another video back before this one just saying thank you because I want to say thank you more because it's without without you reading my work, without you buying my work, without you spreading the word about my work, I'm nothing. I'm nowhere. I could be writing this stuff and it's just sitting someplace and nobody's seeing it. It's you who put that book at 30 in the Amazon's top 100. It's you who did that. I didn't do that. All I could do was put the book out there. There's plenty of books that's on there that said two, three, 400, 500, 700, and you have me in the top 30. So I just thank you so very much. And as you can, tell everybody that you know about because it is a black loving book, and it's not a whole bunch of, as Angela and I like to say, mess and confusion, and it's not a book that will insult you. Every fiber of it our people um, is about our people basically winning. So we should always celebrate our achievements proudly. Thank you, Brother Ayapo. That was Golden Black One said that. And just thank you. Appreciate you sharing your talents with me. And I will do a video review. That is,
Oh.
oh, that's still Golden Black One. That was she said, yes, I'm still reading through the book, the excellent book, 100%. Appreciate you sharing your talents with me, and I will be doing a review. I look forward to it. I
Yes.
do, and I personally I like in What of the Cargo. I think that's a awesome book, and I can't wait to just go on and get it out there. But I want to let Melanin be out here for a while because Melanin is also it's a great book. No one who's read it has said anything negative about it. They love the book, and even if I do say so myself, because I wrote, and rightly so, because like I said, it's a book that's for us, and it was written by us and for us by someone who loves us. And so all of that being said, I could just keep going on and on about this because it it really means something to me. What I'm gonna do, and I've grown accustomed to this. I'm gonna just going to invite anybody in who wants to come in. So I'm about to put the link in the chat if you want to say anything or you want to talk about the book. You want to talk about my work or what we're doing. And at the same time, I want to also promote a writer named Ayoka B. That's AYK
AYO.
AYOKA, and she has a book on Kindle, a story on Kindle Vella also, and it's called "Since I Seen You,"
Yes.
SEEN apostrophe TU, and it's a romance story. Surviving the worst is like horror and sci-fi and fantasy and all that. Uh, these black women folk are writing romance.
Right. And since I see you is nonfiction, I declare love, which is my piece, is fictional. So it is the prologue to a book I'm writing called Love, Abolition, and Freedom, or Love, Freedom, and Abolition. That's the working
Right,
title.
which is an awesome book. I've read some of it already,
Yeah.
and it is pretty awesome, and I really like the concept
Right.
and what you're doing with it.
You like what I'm doing with it?
I like what you're doing.
Thanks.
So I think I just put the link. I just put the link in the chat. So go on, step on up. Don't be shy. I've never known the real Aaron Collins to be shy about stepping up. But sometimes he's at work and he can't do it, and he's just listening. So again, just so grateful. I can't even really express the way it feels to write something and have people reading it and have people interested in it and enjoying it. And again, I gotta send massive props out to Information Man because he had me on his platform, and I think that's what really put it over and got it into the consciousness and got it in front of a really wide audience. And go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, when we're small people with big dreams and a big desire to serve, but we don't have huge social media platforms
Right.
or huge corporations behind us promoting us and helping to get the word out. So to me, I mean, Information Man's platform is huge, and for us, and
Right.
that is a big deal. But also, every prayer that someone gives up, every time that someone shares or recommends the book, every book review that someone writes, every time somebody registers on the website, all of that stuff is a big deal to us. We're not, maybe tomorrow we'll be selling hundreds and hundreds of books, but every little bit that might seem like a little bit is a big deal.
Right. It's a very big deal, and I appreciate it so much. And I I'm really becoming very conscious of it. I'm going to read what Golden Black said. She said, honestly reading What of the Cargo, especially the character Maya, is she said it's having terrible nightmares. Reminds me of when I started reading slave narratives as a teen, and it put me through so many emotions. I I believe that.
Mm-hmm.
I believe because number one, and What of the Cargo is my first attempt at writing a horror story.
Mm-hmm.
And as I wrote it, the first in Golden Black one knows this for sure because she read it. The first chapter, not the first chapter, but the prologue of the book is horrifying. And there aren't any monsters. Well, I guess they are monsters, but like there's no supernatural monsters in it. This is like the horrors of enslavement. Now the book isn't what some people would call slave porn. It's not about back in the day. The prologue takes place then, but the rest of the story takes place. Well, the rest of the story more or less takes place present day, and it jumps back and forth. But yeah, I can imagine having a really hard time getting through the prologue because it's very brutal, and I wrote it brutal on purpose because I feel that doing any less would be a disservice to our ancestors. You know, yeah, I don't like people sugarcoating stuff, and with that, again, I think it makes a difference when it's coming from someone who loves, honors, and respects our people, and respects our voices, and respects our humanity and who we are. And so, yeah, that's how it is. Uh, Nikki C. Divine Perfection. I'm a writer too, published as well. What have you written? If you want to come on, if you want to come on to the panel and talk about your work, by all means, please do, because I'm all about trying to promote not just myself. I'm actually not really good at promoting myself. I like to promote people. I think our people need to promote each other. I feel that there's this thing that goes on where, and this is just my feeling about it, my intuition about it is that there are people who among our people who are almost afraid to promote someone else because it seems like they're scared that somehow if they promote someone else, then that person might get above them somehow or get something more than they get. There's room when the truth is there's room at the top for everybody. There's this is not a zero sum thing here. That's what the oppressor wants us to believe. The oppressor wants us to have this belief that things are scarce. But there is that right unsunken when there's enough for all. There's more than enough for all. And among ourselves, it's just like in Black Wall Street and in Rosewood and other towns like that, when the money was circulating among each other and they were able to build that way. It wasn't like, oh, this one's rising and this one's not. They were all rising together because they came together. And there doesn't need to be this thing where, oh, I'm afraid to have somebody up on my platform. I'm afraid to promote somebody else because they might somehow get something more than me, or they might take something from me. And that's just not true. It is not true. And so I'm always, always, always going to promote people. If I'm talking, it won't be too long before I bring up this black nation, Furnace of Affliction by Ajali Shabazz. Yapo's talking again. Let's wait until he gets to that because he's going to get to it. And they're available on Amazon. They're available on her King's site, 25,000yearcycle.net. Go there. I'm not afraid for somebody to go and purchase her work. I want someone to go purchase her work because as she rises, I rise. I want someone going and reading Ioka's work on Kendall Vella, reading Angela's work on Kendall Vella. It's not taking anything from me for somebody else to read. Someone reading T.J. Riley's the Path to Brightness is not taking anything from me for them to be read. It raises all of us up, especially when it is black loving people who have love, honor, and respect for black us. Because the more of it that's out there, that's written by people like us, the more room there is, or the more places there are for us to go. And we don't need to boycott anything. I don't need to boycott this movie or boycott this book or boycott this place. To boycott something implies that I'm going to withhold my dollars until you change. I don't give a crap if you do change. I'm not going to go and use your crap. I'm going to my people who love me. That's where I'm going. I'm going to patronize people who love me in the first place, not somebody I have to bribe to love me. I'm going to go to somebody who wrote something that respects me. That's what I'm talking about. And so and that's why I don't believe in boycotts. Angela doesn't believe in boycott. Well, I don't want to put words in her mouth, but I, I don't believe in boycott. You believe in boycotts?
No.
For pretty much for the same reason. Because a boycott implies that I'm trying to get you to change something so that I can patronize you. You already show me that you hate me. Why do I want to give you my money? Let me go find some black loving folk to hand my money to and to show my support. And so when you see something like this black, or I declare love, or I seen you, or what, surviving worst, or melanin, or melanin, you know that it's all love, honor, and respect there. The path to brightness, like I said, TJ Riley, also on Amazon. And and that's one of the reasons that I have so much respect for Information Man, because Information Man, like, what, 70 to 80% of his shows, I apologize for that noise in the background, 70 to 80% of his shows is him promoting some other black person. He's always seeking to promote somebody. He's always seeking to raise us up. He's always seeking to raise our consciousness. And he's not worried about anybody taking what are you talking about? He has an entire channel dedicated to the channel's Info Media. Check it out. His entire channel is dedicated to teaching our people excellence in broadcasting, basically, and how to do the best and get the most out of social media, especially a platform like YouTube or Twitter and so on. And that doesn't sound to me like someone who is afraid of somebody taking something from him. That doesn't seem like someone who's afraid that, oh, if I promote somebody else, or if I give away my secrets, then they're going to get ahead of me, or they're going to get something. We got to get out of that thinking as a collective. We got to come out of that. We have got to. Every time one of us is talking, we should be promoting the other one, who we know loves, honors, and respects black us. Golden Black One said, natural to support one another. Different types of talents, skills, etc. is needed. I discovered Charles L. Chapman, spelled with an O. I discovered Charles L. Chapman through Golden Black One. And I purchased his work, and I enjoyed his work, and left him a review on Amazon, left him one on Goodreads, and left one for his Storm Over South Central that I read. Awesome book. Charles L. Chapman, and that's Chapman, CHAT, not Chap with a P, but a T as in Thomas, CHATMO as in Oscar, not A as in Apple, man or Mon. Charles L. Chapman. He's a poet and a writer. He's a teacher, and his work is exceptional. It's really, really good. And so on my review on his book Storm Over South Central, uh, on Barnes and Noble, I accidentally spelled his name with an A. It's spelled correctly on all the other ones, and um, I couldn't get in to edit it. So again, I gave my apologies to Charles, but I'm also apologizing to you listening if and when you go to see it, because I don't like misspelling people's names. I don't like mispronouncing them. I definitely don't like misspelling them. So anyway, just again, I was introduced to his work through Golden Blackwood. She was reading his poetry, and and I decided to give it a look. He has a book coming out before the end of this year. It's called Relay, and I'm looking forward to getting that and reading it. I haven't the slightest idea what it's about. All I know is that it's a black man who loves black us, who is a writer, and he's putting work out. And again, is there's an alternative, so that there's an alternative. And um, I don't know if you heard me say it before, Angela, but I was just talking about the fact that when we go to these restaurants and get mistreated, go to these amusement parks and get mistreated, and so on. We had the discussion before that, and watch the shows we watch. It's like we got no place else to go, and that's what we have to start getting and developing, is giving our people an alternative, giving our people someplace else to go and something else to read. So I put the link in the live. It looks like nobody wants to come up. Nobody want to talk to Ayapo, huh? Nobody want to talk to Angela, huh? Now I see how you are. Just buy the book, but hold your peace. I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you. I am so grateful for every single one of you. I'm grateful for all you did. I can't shout out Information Man enough. If you're not already subscribed to his channel, by all means subscribe. Subscribe to Golden Black One. She has an awesome channel. The real Aaron Collins, his channel. Subscribe to it. And Nikki, I'm gonna go and look for your work. You could, if you want, you can actually put it in the chat, and I'll look at it, because anyone who knows me knows I'm a person. I like to read work by people I know. That's just like a thing I have. I like to read work by people I know, and I give my honest opinions about it. But I still have yet to find a book or a piece of writing that I've read that I didn't genuinely enjoy or get something out of. So, if you get the chance, there's a book called Michelle's Story by Madam Precious. That's Madm Precious. Okay, so here's the real Aaron Collins. I was about to say, peace, Aaron.
What's going on, Ayapo, my brother? It's been a long time, man, since we shared a panel together. Man, I just want to say once again, congratulations to you, and come up and show some love. And to my sister Angela, aka B Fab. Man, I feel like it's a reunion right now.
Yeah.
Who sings that?
I do. I'm singing that.
Aaron, anytime she sings something, that's who sings that. And if she says who sings it, then I say, well, okay, well, let them sing. She done caught on to that. Right. But anyway, Aaron, you have the floor.
Yeah, my brother, like I was saying, man, congratulations. I love to see us. I was literally just on Sister Ajali's channel right before I came to yours. It's like, man, I'm seeing some of the people who I came up on this platform with making a comeback, and I'm like, I'm glad to see that happen. We all come from we all come from that same vein. I mean, from a few years ago, on Black YouTube. I mean, I'm glad to see some names I haven't seen in a long time, and yours is definitely one of them.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And I think what's happening is, well, I can only speak for me. When I went away, I was mostly like doing stuff off YouTube. I think that's true of a lot of people. Is they may seem like they dropped off, but really they're out here, they're out here working, and not saying that like YouTube and Twitter and Facebook and so on and social media doesn't have an impact, because it does. It definitely does. I think that's apparent and that's obvious. But at the same time, there's people out here doing stuff in what we call, the real world, and it just enhances what you're doing. And I'm coming back to social media because I have something to offer. And also, like I said, there's something to be said for giving our people an alternative to what we're being handed by people who hate who hate us, or black faces in high places who are actually what I would call team white, and they're black, but they're still not doing, they don't have like that love, honor, and respect for black us.
Exactly. I was thinking about some of your older videos I've seen of yours. You had that cinematic quality in a lot of your older videos. I mean, I miss those days. Definitely bring that back. And we can make strides on social media, because like I was saying before, matter of fact, for you all to be back is a breath of fresh air, because the state of Black YouTube now, or as they call it, the Black sector, is nerve wracking. It is literally just heart wrenching right now. The way the state that our people are right now in some of these channels, it's just disgusting.
I agree, and this whole thing with, and I wasn't really trying to get into it, but this whole thing with the so-called gender war, which I think is fabricated. I mean fabricated as in, it's not that it's not necessarily a real thing, but at the same time, there's something off about this whole thing to me, because where I hang out, black men and black women are trying to build together, and we're not insulting each other. We're not coming at each other. We're loving on each other, and we're supporting each other, and trying to raise each other up, and working to raise each other up. And I think it's kind of a case of whatever sector you hang out in, that's what you're going to be seeing and what you're going to be doing. I go to different stuff. Sometimes I troll different stuff and just hang back and listen just to see what's going on. And I agree with you. What I see going on is it's beyond sad. It's beyond sad. And so in my little way, in Angela's way, and in your way, in Golden Black One's way, one of her most popular videos was speaking in favor of of black love, black men and black women working together and not disrespecting each other. And she wasn't taking one side or the other. She was giving a balanced argument, a balanced argument, and having a balanced discussion about a thing. And that's what we need up here, and not to be running to all this sensationalism and this mess. What say you?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, everywhere you look, you see manosphere this, divested movement that, and all this other. It's just, I mean, it's like we didn't went from being, going from self-hate in the 3D world, or as Baba would say, 3D lockdown, to the virtual streets, doing the same
Mhm.
thing, self-hate. We're just doing it virtually on this platform, even.
That's absolutely the case. And again, we have a saying around the house. At least I have a saying around the house. I say when I watch different things, I say, and that's why I write.
Oh yeah, that's your saying.
That's my saying. I'm like, and I'll just look at Angela and I'll be like, and that's why I write. Is because in my way, I might not be able to take to the streets. I might not be able to get down in the trenches, but I can write and try to get a message out there. I can go, on social media whenever I do, and try to get a message out there. Oh, about my old format. I
I
really
miss it too.
I'm gonna try to go back to that. I miss it, but brother, you can tell by the way that I did those. That was some work. That
No,
was
most definitely, because I'm an independent filmmaker, so I definitely know the look, and I know the work put into it.
right. So you know the deal. That was some work. The little skits at the beginning were more work than like the actual actual rest of the video. But all of that said, you know, that's why I write. That's why I put the messages out that I do, because where I come from and where I hang around, we not hating on each other. Black men and black women, we're not hating on each other, and we're trying to figure this thing out. And doggone it, it's like I don't know if anybody out there seen the movie Land of the Lost. The movie sucked, but there's a scene in the movie that I'll never forget. It's these two dinosaurs that's facing off, and they're getting ready to start fighting, and these white people are standing, and one of them is talking about, discussing what the dinosaurs are getting ready to do and all this, and then slowly the dinosaurs like stop growling at each other, and both of them at the same time face their heads toward the two, toward the white people that's standing there, and then the white people realize what's going on and they start running and the dinosaurs start chasing them. And every time I think of our people, that's what I think about. I'm like, that's what we need to be doing, is stop like arguing with each other and then slowly turn our heads and look at the people who are actually causing this mess and the people who are actually responsible for us being in this mess, and go
That's deep,
after
Ayapo.
those.
That is so deep. Wow, I never, I heard of the movie Land of Lost, but yeah, that's real deep. That's a deep analogy you just put there. Yep, you're absolutely correct.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to find that specific clip, and I'm gonna see if I can find it right now and put it up in the chat. So go on and talk for a minute. I'm gonna see if I can find this clip and put it up in the chat.
What do you do with
What?
filmmaking? What kind of filmmaking do you do? What type of projects do you?
Well, Angela, I write. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I write. I produce. I want to start directing. I also do some shooting myself, some cinematography work. And what did I leave out? I also edit. I'm actually on my way to Arizona right now to do some content with an artist I work with.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm actually in the middle of actually getting ready to do some work and speaking to you, brothers and sisters, at the same time.
Because you said the other night, because I think I can't remember if it was Information Man or who it was talking about LL Cool J, and you had mentioned that you worked with that you were on set with him.
Yeah, actually, I did security on the set of NCIS LA,
Okay.
and LL. He's one of the stars of that show. He shook my hand during a break time, and I just realized how down to earth he was. LL is very down to earth.
Nice.
He's not a real stuck up or arrogant. He's just a cool, casual guy.
Right. As we all should be. You know, I got this saying. It's like when I because I don't get caught up in celebrities and all that stuff. It's somebody starts dropping names of celebrities and start talking to me about them. I'm like, do they got a toilet in their house? That's the only question I want. That's the only question I got. Do they got a toilet in the house?
Exactly. And
You know.
by me living in LA and working in the entertainment industry, I mean, I can't afford to get starstruck no way because I happen to also personally know people who are actors and producers and stuff. And to me, they're just like, well, just regular people.
Right. Now, I dropped that link to the Land of the Lost clip. It's about 6 minute clip, but when you get to the part that and this goes for everybody that's in the room. When you get to the part that I'm talking about, where the two dinosaurs are about to face off, and then they look at the white folks, and it's like, wait a minute, these are the people that are instigating this freaking crap, and then go after them together. I'm like, that should be our people, as
You
opposed
know
to
what I
going
look at?
at.
You know what I look at it as? I look at it as a form of the brainwashing rubbing off.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a form of the blinders are coming off, and they're like, whoa. It's like a what the hell moment.
Right. And I'm kind of coming to the place where other a lot of elders have gotten to, and nobody wants to give up on our people. I actually don't believe in giving up on our people, but I do believe in the saying that you can't save everybody, and you can't help everybody, and everybody doesn't want to be helped. Now that said, I I don't believe among our people, I don't believe that there's any of our people who are beyond help. It just might not be me who can help them. It might be somebody. It's kind of like marriage, and they say there's a lid for every pot. Um, it- I'm not perfect, but I could be perfect for Angela, but I wouldn't be perfect for Golden Black One. Or uh, Angela might be perfect, but she might not be perfect for you, but she's perfect for me. You know what I mean? And the same goes for assisting our people. There are some people who, I there's some people who might have a disposition where I could speak to them and they wouldn't hear a word I said, but then you could walk up to them and speak to them in a way that's more relatable, or there could just be something about you that they like and something about me that they don't like, and they'll hear it coming from you. And so it's not so much the person as much as the right person to reach them hasn't gotten to them yet, right? The
100% pure facts.
nameless protagonists talk about synchronicity. I'm working on a video speaking about the increase in UV radiation for the next 50 years being predicted, and the role of melanin in its ability to cope with this as well. See, and that's what I'm talking about. We're out here. We're out here. You know, there are sectors and there are people who would have us believe that 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 there's no good men, there's no thinking men out here, or no good women, or no thinking women out here, and that's a lie. Or as the old folk would say, that's a lie from the pit. It's just not true. As the Van
Yeah,
Allen about the implications for long-term space travel.
and I wanted
And
to add this too. Oh, I'm sorry,
uh,
I didn't mean to cut you off, Apple.
just real quick, 34 Jazzy, I see you in there. Peace and love to you too. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Aaron.
I just wanted to say that, bottom line is that for the most part, black men and black women are together. And I'm not believing in these hateful lies that I'm sure you've heard that every 5 minutes or every 5 seconds they say a black woman is killed by a black man, black femicide and stuff. I mean, it's like black men have always been the boogeyman in society.
Right.
But yet, their own statistics have stated that they're the biggest serial killer, the, the biggest mass shooters, what have you. I mean, their
Right.
own stats say that. And this is who they want to divest to? Are you serious?
Right. It's madness. And as far as the as far as the number, what's it called? Femicide. As far as that goes, I actually I actually took the stats and I crunched the numbers. This was about 4 or 5 months ago, and I took those stats and I crunched the numbers and I took the number of black men and black women. I took the number of cases, and I, all I can say is I smile on this thing actually crunching it, and the and when I was done with the figures, they do not they do not add up. And when I say I don't add up, it's and I'm having to kind of make this up out of my head, and it's a little bit of an exaggeration, but only a little bit. I took it to its logical conclusion. I was like, if what they're saying is true, then there will be no black women left within the next 2 years. I mean, it was something like that. It wasn't that, but it was something like that. If those numbers that they are saying were true, then there would be no more black women in like 2 or 3 years. It's
That doesn't even make sense either.
right,
That doesn't even make sense.
and I say this also to those who try to make it out to like black men and black women are the worst people on the planet. Show me the black man or the black woman who created an atomic weapon and deployed it and murdered millions of people. Show me the black man or the black woman who created chemical and biological weapons and released them worldwide. Show me the black man or the black woman who created chemical weapons and used them on their own populations. Show me the black man or the black woman who is responsible for the ecosystem collapsing. Show me the black man or the black woman who is responsible for the world being irradiated. Show me the black man or the black woman who is responsible for so much space junk in the sky that they have to send telescopes past the atmosphere because it's starting to obstruct their views of space. Show me the black man or the black woman who has polluted the air and the water to the point that it's unbreathable and undrinkable. Show me the black man or the black woman who has created GMO based. I don't even want to call it food, but things that are supposed to be for sustenance that are killing people and making people sick and keeping people sick. Show me the black man or the black woman who created that. Show me the black man or the black woman who is responsible for major wars globally ongoing. Show me the black man or the black woman who is responsible for that. The black man and the black woman are the worst people on that. What the? I was about to swear. I'm gonna calm down. What are you divesting man, divesting woman? What in the world are you thinking? What are you talking about? What because some individual black man or black woman hurt your itty bitty freaking feelings because one individual black man or one individual black woman did something that you didn't like or even did something massive to you, or several black men or several black women did something to you. What is that next to everything that I just named? And by the way, The destruction that they're causing is killing black men and black women by the millions. What black man or black woman created drones that are drone striking black men and black women? Who tell me these people? Let me in on it so I can understand it. I didn't get on here for this, but go ahead, Aaron, because I'm ranting.
You batting 1,000 right now, Ayapo. You spitting on some pure 100% facts, bro. I mean, you absolutely correct. Hold on.
Yeah, I need to calm down and remember my as they say, remember your blood pressure. But yeah, it's let's see. I don't think there are many men claiming anything to do with the divester movement. The divestors have many who legitimately want to enact eugenics style elimination of black men. You know, I'm kind of like this, and I said it the other night. There's a brother named Omawale Africa. If you get a chance, please by all means um, subscribe to his channel. This is a solid brother, and he had a panel, and it was basically, uh, they were discussing the gender war. There is information man. I'm going to drop another link so that if you want, you can come on onto the panel real quick. I know you're a busy man because you are always doing something. But I'm gonna drop this link, and there you go. But yeah, it's shoot, you know what? I lost my train of thought sitting up there looking at information, man. But yeah, when they're talking all this gender war, my whole thing is this, and I said this to my wife today. I'm like, dude, or lady, if you want to divest, then go and divest. And some might get mad at me for saying this, but this is truly how I feel. Go and divest, and I genuinely hope you find happiness in the life you choose. And I don't mean that facetiously. Go and divest, but don't keep coming into spaces, into discussions between black men and black women who are trying to build, and between black men and black women who are trying to work out whatever our issues are that were not caused by us, by the way. Just stay out of it. Why, if you want to be away from us, then go away and go to whoever it is that you want to be with, and just go.
And that goes in not just for the divestment, but for the SYSBM. Go save yourselves and go your own way. And I mean, all of them. And
All
it's
that,
like,
the manosphere too. Go, but
yeah,
don't
go
stay
go
out of
get.
these other discussions with black men and black women who are trying to build bridges and come together and work together and
Yeah.
trying to figure out a way to deal with this mess of a hand that we were dealt.
So I'm like, go find all the passports you can muster up, and go to the Brazil and the Dominican Republic, and where else you think you may find your utopia, and just leave us alone. Basically, it's like they've been
Right,
saying this for years, right? And it's like, what, y'all ain't leave yet? I mean, y'all been okay,
right.
just go. I mean, basically, they want someone to miss them. They want us to beg them not to go. They want us to. Yeah, that's what it
Go,
is.
go. But I will say this, and there's people that get upset with me for saying this, but um, I have said many times, I made no secret out of it, dude. Back, back in another life, I was straight up cooned out. You people who know me now would not recognize me from the person that I was like 20 years ago. I was straight up, on straight up a male version of Candace Owens. That was me.
Oh
And
wow.
so since I come from that, I know I know that there's hope. So I don't really believe in giving up on anybody. That's just me. And a lot of people don't like to hear that, but that's just me because I know where I came from. I know where I came from. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Nameless protagonist. I put a link in the chat. So yeah, but I didn't actually want to turn into this. Um, my biggest thing was that when it comes to elevating our people and positivity for our people, we're trying to provide alternatives so that we're not stuck having to just take what you know what the prescribed media gives us that says, well, we're the only game in town. That's all you got. Uh, People like I said, like me, yourself, my wife, Sister Ajali, and so many others are working hard to take control of our own information, man. Working hard to take control of our own narrative. Working hard to give our people an alternative, and it is our people. That's my wife at the sink. It is because of our people that melanin is at number 30.
That is
And
awesome. And I can't wait to get my copy.
that's
I
not
can't wait to
lost
get
on
it.
me. That's very important to me. A lot to me.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting my copy.
Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. And information, man. I was shouting you out. I've been shouting you out all day because I know it because I know it's because of my appearance on your show because in 39, and now today it's at 100, and then no, I mean it's at 30. Thank you, sweetheart. It's at and see, and that's what a good woman does. Keep you honest and keep you straight. But now it's at number 30, and nobody can tell me that it's not because of information man being gracious enough to have me on his platform. And like I said, the brother has no fear. He's not afraid of anybody. He's not afraid of anybody one upping him because as we rise, he rises. And he knows that inherently. I can tell it when I listen to him. I can tell it when I'm watching his videos. I can tell it when I see that he's teaching other people how to come up. A person who's afraid of somebody like taking what they got keeps everything a secret. We all seen them. We all know them. We've worked with them on our jobs. No, I don't want to tell you. I don't want to tell you how I'm doing that. Why not? Why not? Because you're scared that somehow it's gonna put you at a disadvantage. But again, that's not the case. And because information man did that, I moved up. And that's helping him move up. That's helping all of you move up. Believe it or not, you may not see it like in any direct way. But the thing is, it it does work in a direct way because it calls more attention to the fact that we're telling we're telling these different media outlets no more crap. We don't want any more of your crap. We want to find black loving people who love, respect, and honor our people, who are putting out quality content for us. And so no, you are no longer the only game in town. I'll
Exactly.
so
I, the next step, I think the next step for all of us is for a meetup. I'm real big on personal meetups because I like to see people in person. You know, So
Mm-hmm.
someday I would definitely like for us to all see each other.
Well,
You
that's
know,
good.
me and like me and Nikki C Divine Perfection. That's my sister right there. We real cool, and we've seen each other several times. That's my girl right there, Nikki.
That's awesome. And just real quick before I bring information man in, I see Goddess. What is this? Tunu? Let me know if I'm mispronouncing that because I don't like butchering anybody's name. Goddess Tunu and Natural. It is so good to see you, sister. Thank you for being here, and thank you for all your support. It has not gone unnoticed that you immediately started throwing a lot of support behind me, and that means the world to me. Thank you, Goddess Tuna. She said pronouncing it right. And now I'm gonna welcome Information Man. I don't have applause like you have a fancy setup there.
Hey, thank you, brother.
Information
Thank
Man.
you.
Let me tell you, I, I've been rocking with info since the beginning. I will never forget, and I still talk to him about it this day, to when he was talking about in Detroit when these people were buying the houses out from
Yeah,
under
yeah,
black
that was a
people.
sad situation. Yeah,
Yeah, they were buying the houses out from under them, and basically the people didn't even know that their houses were being purchased until
right,
somebody came to their door and let them know that they had just turned them into renters.
right. And the
And
sad
that
thing
that
about
was
it,
such an excellent show, brother.
right. And the sad thing about it, as you know,
Second
it
for
was
my
two.
brother.
It was. Hey, what's going on, real Aaron Collins? Good to see you, brother. The sad thing about it is that it was two, a son and a father that were the ones buying the houses, and they were using black women
Right,
that were on the computers buying up
right,
the homes for them. You see, plantation mentality.
right.
So it was a shame.
It was that's one of the most powerful videos I've seen before or since, and I never forgot that one. And that was a long time ago. That dude, that was so long ago that I was freaking like had a pet dinosaur. Understand? So anyway,
Right.
you have the floor, info
No,
man.
I see that your book has shot up from where it was at before. Is that right?
It went from one. It went from like 132 or 137 or 139, all the way up to 130, all the way up to 30 in the top 100.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm pleased to hear that. From what I'm hearing, I know people that are going to buy the book. I'm promoting it as well. I'll be promoting it heavily on. Well, it has been promoted on Facebook because when we did the pre-produced
Thank you.
video, I also had that video broadcasting on Facebook, Twitch, and what have you, and we'll be continuing to heavily promote not only the video but the books and even, of course, I put all your information in that video for people to click into the links and support you. So from what I know, I've had people leave messages and say that they were definitely going to check out the book and they were impressed by the things that you had to say. So I think it was a winner, and we'll just keep promoting the book. Simple as that. And
Thank you.
every time I go live, just so you know,
Mhm.
Yapo, when I go live, depending, no matter what show I'm doing, I will bring up the name of your book and put the picture on the screen for people to see and remind people to check out the book. So when I go live next week, and also when I go live on the podcast channel, I will make it my business to continue to drum up the support for your book and all the things that you're doing.
Well, thank you so much, info. I mean, there's no way to deny what your show did for the book, because I'm telling you, it was in the 130s yesterday, not a week ago. It's in the 130s yesterday, and shot up to 30, which is no dude. Octavia Butler is up in that same range,
Right.
which and she usually like holds like the top one, like the top five places, and people go back and forth between that, but she's always like in the top five. But then then I have one of then mine is above one of her stories. Mine
Mm-hmm.
is in front of one of Walter Mosley's books, and I'm like, that's miraculous. That's really something. And again, I take that to mean that our people are genuinely looking for something different. And when I say something different, looking for something that is written by someone who respects them.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
that just meant the world to me. I want to ask you a question now that you're on my platform. What info man? What what is it that motivated you to want to promote other people? Because I spent a lot of time before you got here, and I was talking about the way that sometimes it seems like as Black people we're afraid to promote someone else because it's like we're scared that somehow it's going to take some away from us. But you have always been out here promoting others, and so where's that mentality come from?
I just think it's the way I was raised. I was raised that way to be supportive. I grew up in a Black community, so grew up around Black people all my life, and I always believe that it's important to support each other, because if we don't, who else is going to do it for us? Another thing too, Yalpo, is that our image as a people, our Black women, Black men, our image has been under attack. So I feel that it is my job to promote anybody that's doing something positive on YouTube or anything that you're doing, and promote that. So that's the reason why I do that. And I think that when you give of yourself in that way to support other people, it comes back to you in twofold, because when you help other people, they remember and they tell other people to come over and support you. So I think it works twofold. Okay. Another important aspect of this is that if we truly, a lot of times we'll say, hey, support Black businesses, do this and do that, but it has to be by your actions and less words. Okay. And so this is something that I said. I was on the Empower Esquire show. I always was concerned about my digital reputation. You have a reputation in the community as to how people see you and feel about you. And then you also have a digital reputation. I didn't want to have a digital reputation that when people hear my name, they come away with negative thoughts. So a lot of people get on social media, and we see a lot of our own people, women and men, who get on social media and they're engaging in ratchet type of talk. And you got to remember, you're leaving a digital imprint that can never be erased on these streets. So you're leaving an inventory of what people are going to think of you when you've been gone for years to come. And so I look at that. When you look at someone like Kevin Samuels, who passed away, and I don't speak ill of the dead, but the reality is that either people like him or either people hate him. I don't want to have that type of digital imprint.
Right. Well, I'm gonna say this the best way I can. Tell the truth.
Thank you, brother. So that's just how I've always been. I don't care how big a channel or how big or small a channel is. If I see someone is doing something that's benefiting our people, I'm going to support that. And if you notice one thing about me, Yalpo, how often do you see me trying to promote channels that gravitate in wretchedness? I don't. Do you see me running around telling people to subscribe to people that deal in nonsense? I always think about who I'm telling you to check out. I think about what is their reputation.
That's absolutely true. And for anyone who doesn't believe that, just go to the time machine online. None of this stuff goes away. None of it goes away, and it's just very important to something I've said to my wife. I'm like, I want to live a life that is such a way that when I transition, nobody feels like celebrating because it happened. That's if you lived a life where I'll put it like this: if you live a life where good people feel the need to celebrate your death, that means you lived a sorry ass life. So,
Well, I
I
think
see
I
Avery.
think it's a
It's,
sad
it's, it's
commentary.
a sad way.
Just
It's
real
a
quick,
It's a
sad
Avery,
sad way to
commentary.
go out too.
and I just want to say peace to Avery. This is this is a brother that's like rocked with me from the beginning, from the beginning back when I was doing my old style of videos. And anybody who goes to my channel, or well, I guess you're on my channel now, but anybody that goes there, it, and you go to my old like my videos from the beginning, that's the ones where I'm doing like the skits before I talk, and some of them are pretty
That's the
complex.
video.
My
Those are the
favorite
ones I
one,
was talking about.
yeah, my favorite one, barely anybody talks about. This is the one where I'm like sitting across from myself at the table and hand myself something to eat. You know, I'm eating something, and then I hand it to myself, and the other me grabs it and starts eating it. I'm like, nobody. I'm like more impressed by that than anybody else seems to be. But anyway,
Yeah.
all that's on there, and my marriage to Angela is on online, and we met on YouTube. A lot of people don't know that.
Oh yeah, you already know I know it too. I'm Ayapo because I've been on both y'all's panels. So hey, info man. Right before you got on, I was telling
Right.
Ayapo that I was so glad to see him and hear him and Angela and then Sister Ajali. I was just checking her out a few minutes earlier, and I thought to myself, man, it's people who I came up listening to like from a few years back when we were all in the same circles. People I haven't seen in a while. They're making a comeback. I mean, because me and you know a lot of these same folks. I think I even saw Lions Den in the chat earlier. So I'm like, man, I'm seeing all my
Lions
people
Den.
coming back.
Yeah, I like what I'm seeing. I like when I see people who have level heads. Like I can never say this brother's name right. Infame Dume. He comes on, and a lot of times he's just talking about, and I agree with him. He talks about how how YouTube, like Black YouTube, has just really sunk to it's like a race to the bottom, and
Well,
it's like I said in one of his chats real quick that it's like when you leave a neighborhood and then you come back years later and it's all run down and the buildings are abandoned and everything's all bombed out and wrecked. That's what it felt like when I came back to YouTube. I was like, what in the heck did I miss? What happened?
well, well.
Go ahead,
Should
Info
I
Man.
let me say this? What you should do is eliminate those channels out of your life. What I've discovered, Yaupo, there are a few channels where there are two channels in particular that I follow. You've got Black Man Unfiltered, and you got a brother by the name of Sir
Mm-hmm.
Hell Speaks Network, and they both give me a lot of love over there. And I don't hang out on panels that much anymore, but if there are panels that I'll hang out with, it'll be on theirs because they have conversations where they bring women and men together, and they have intelligent conversation where people are not screaming and yelling at each other and they get to solutions. They have panels because he has a network where they'll bring all women to talk about the issues that they deal with, with relationships and the things they deal with in society. And they deal with it in a very intelligent adult manner. And that's why those are two channels that I rock with and that I support. Outside of those type of channels, you're not going to find me hanging out on too many channels where there's just a bunch of ratchet nonsense going on. And I think what's happening is you have, and I'm seeing it with the numbers too. I think there is a group of there's a large body of black people who are starting to get tired of the bull crap type of content, and that they're looking for
Right.
channels where they're out there. Of course, the channels that get into the nonsense, they're going to get a lot of views, but there are a group of black people out there on these platforms that are looking for that. And I just say gravitate towards that. And the ones that, and then what happens is that YouTube will bring these recommendations. I suggest everybody do this. YouTube will send these filters to you for channels. And and what you can do, especially with your desktop, you can actually click into that and say, no longer send me this type of content. So if there are channels out there that keep coming up in your feed and you know that you're tired of the ratchetness, you don't want to hear what they're talking about, you don't want to hear who they roasting, some individual content creator that they're roasting, and you're just sick of it, all you got to do is hit a button and say, no longer send me this content. Therefore, they will never come up in your feed, and it's almost as if they don't exist anymore. I have done such a thing.
That's what's up. I just thought of something. YouTube. You realize that the three of us were mentioned in a song a while back by I think a brother named Conscious Genocide. You know who I'm talking about, info man. I think he did the music to your older.
Conscious Genocide. I think I've heard of that, but I haven't heard that name in a long time, to be honest with you.
Yeah, COG. I think that's for sure.
But I mean, that's what I have to say about it pretty much. I think Yapo dropped off. Hopefully he'll come back on.
Yeah,
that's just my perspective on it, Blair and Collins. I just think that if you are truly sick of that type of content coming up in your YouTube feed, there's a way for you to say, don't ever send it to me again, and you'll never have to see it. And then you can just focus on the people who speak to the issues that you enjoy, people that you enjoy listening to their perspective, and you only get their stuff, and you won't be inundated with the junk.
Right. Well, let me say this real quick. I see Kendrick came into the room. I just want to say peace. Peace.
Yeah, peace to Kendrick. He's a big supporter of my channel as well.
I see you in a minute. It's good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see him. But
yeah, good people.
Yeah, I really I have to say though, once again, Yapo, I did enjoy thoroughly how everything turned out with the video. And I was, to my surprise, I saw that the Radical Sister came through, which I really appreciate her coming through, and everybody that did. The video in question, I'm already know that it's going to keep accumulating views over the weeks, which I think as it accumulates the views in turn, because I know how my channel works, in turn, you're going to probably see an continued increase in where your book is going. Because more and more people, because I'm going to keep pushing and sharing the video out day after day. You should see, I think, back end benefit. And that's what I wanted. That's what I'm happy about, because here you are writing a book that's very interesting to people, that catches people's attention. And we always talk about supporting black, creators, black business, then why don't we do that? And YouTube is a great way to continue promoting. I'm also going to, Yapo, load up a series of YouTube shorts around the actual video that we did too. So I'm going to be putting out a couple of YouTube shorts as well. I'll be sprinkling those things around in the other, between both channels too. That will further promote, what we're doing. Because the YouTube shorts, as you know, and I keep talking about this to everybody, and I did a video today, so I need people on the Info Media Live channel. I talked about that on Info Media Live, my other channel, content strategy channel, that the YouTube shorts are like a complete different shelf that pushes your content that's separate from the long form. It's open seas on that. it's like Wild Wild West. So you can accumulate views even faster. So that's why I want to definitely push out the YouTube shorts for what we talked about, and let that do what it's gonna do at the end of the day. So Yapo, that's what I wanted to say. I'm gonna be dropping off, and but I appreciate you, and Real Aaron Collins, appreciate you, brother. You've been a big supporter of my channel since day one, and coming over and making very good points. We've had tons of panels over the years that I've been doing this, and you have contributed to a lot of great content on the panels and discussions that we've had. So we're just going to keep doing what we're doing on this Information Man show that I got going on. But I support everyone else who has a channel, whatever you're doing. Believe me, I definitely will support, your channel and what you're doing. If you are a person that's projecting something that's benefiting our people, mainly.
Exactly.
That's what it's all about. So, but Yapo, let me ask you this question. How often do you go live, and what days do you go live, so I can start coming over more often? Because YouTube does not push out notifications like they should. I realized that you were live because I saw you in the feed, and I said, oh, he's live.
I'll be honest. I just go live when the mood hits me. I wanted to go live today because I just wanted to thank everybody for getting my book up to number 30 on Amazon. I mean, I've been excited about that all day long. I can't put into words what that meant to me and what that means to me. And real quick, let me tell you something. Please subscribe to her channel. This woman is phenomenal. And you want to talk about somebody?
Meta Speaks? Is it Meta Speaks?
Ma'at Speaks.
Ma'at. Let me say that right. Ma'at Speaks. Okay. I'm gonna subscribe to her immediately. And check this out.
Immediately.
And check this out.
Have her on your show.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say to you. I'm gonna check out her channel, and hopefully you can help me get her on my show so she can spit that knowledge to my audience. So I'm gonna look up her channel right now and give her a subscribership.
Okay, that'll work.
Let me see. Good. Okay, I see her there. Very attractive sister too, I can tell.
Oh yeah, I don't go pushing people like real hard, which I do and I don't, because
right.
I'm like you. I've always been about promoting our people, always, because if we don't do it, who's gonna do it?
Okay.
But my aunt speaks. I was listening to her on Dr. Omar Wale Africa's. On his platform,
yes,
and I'm telling you, I'll see if I can connect. I'll see if I can connect.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out her videos, and hopefully, if the sister is powerful like you're saying, which I don't doubt that. Right. Love to have her on. So I'm gonna follow her right now. I'm following her channel. I subscribe to it. I'm following her with my Info Media Live Instagram, but I'm gonna follow her with my other Instagram, Information Man Show, very soon. I'm gonna click and follow her there, and then I'm gonna listen to some of her content. And I believe, if she's I don't even know. I don't need to say this, but if you're recommending, then I know that it's legitimate. Definitely love to get her on the panel, or not a panel, but an interview, because it's all about pushing positive vibrations to our people and getting us away from negative vibrations. That's the way I see it, and that's how it's got to be.
And that's what she is. It's like talking to my wife, Angela. You know how positive Angela is.
Yeah, Angela's fantastic.
She's like a well of positivity, know. And my aunt speaks. Actually, you wouldn't even need me as a middleman. You could probably. And let me know you know what, I'm gonna drop a link real quick.
I've seen that she has she's done a Woman King cinematic reparations, just another slave movie. Black Consciousness. I'm gonna check that out. Yeah, but I got her. She's in my. I'm gonna get her into my algorithm and hopefully get her on the show. And it's about keep putting out those positive energies. You know.
Okay. Yeah, I just put my link in the chat, and I'm
Right.
gonna let everybody know in advance. Cause Info Man is like intimately aware of this, but I'm not in the U.S. and where I am, my internet is janky as can be, and so I have a tendency to drop out. When we were doing the interview the other night,
Right.
he finished it up. I told him it's like he got a sixth sense because he finished it up right before it dropped out.
Yeah.
And it didn't come back.
Yeah, because if we would have continued, it would have been like all muddy and all that sort of stuff. So that was interesting. But you know, God works in mysterious ways, right? That's how it works.
Right. So I'm just letting you know before you come on the panel. I dropped the link. My aunt speaks. Please, by all means, if you want to come in, and Kendrick, by all means. But I'm just letting you know that if it drops out, I apologize in advance. But
Yeah.
but again, Info Man, I'm thinking that if you want to get connected with my aunt speaks, you could probably contact her through her own channel on like one of her
Yeah, that's
videos,
what I'll do.
whatever.
If she has
And so,
if she has an email on that channel, then I'll email her and set something up. I'm gonna look at her content and see. You know, I always like to see where people are, you know, what standpoint they're coming from, so I can know exactly the kind of questions I want to ask them. Obviously, the interview, and have an understanding of their content and their mindset. So, but if if it's about positivity, energy, and then that's what our people need to hear.
yeah, that's her.
So
That's her all day long.
right,
And
right.
God is too new. I want to read what she says. She says, "I am eternally grateful to the radical sister Ajali for leading me to you." That's sweet. Thank you. Glad I can say this live to you. I'm ordering the book today.
Right on.
Peace from the United Kingdom.
Oh,
One
okay.
love. She's in the UK. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
fantastic. Interesting.
And you're gonna enjoy it. Like I said, it's a black loving book written by a black person who has nothing but love, honor, and respect for our people. And to the real Aaron Collins, I don't know if you had to leave. I apologize if we were going on so long you didn't get back in. But I just wanted to let you know that I recognize you, and I saw that you left. I don't know if you left because it dropped off or because you had to leave, but I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate everything that you had to say. So Kendrick, I did drop the link, and my aunt speaks. I did drop the link. So
well, I'll I'm gonna have to unfortunately drop off, but
well, you ain't got nowhere to go.
no, I got some things I need to do though. Actually, I've got to lay my butt down. I got a long day tomorrow.
I hear you.
If she doesn't come up before I drop off, I will try to get her email through her channel, or maybe you can or what have you, and we'll get it going. I'm gonna look at her content though, but I really appreciate that. I'm happy about the book. I see you got Sister Gwen is in the house, Gwen B. I'm really happy about your book situation, and we just wanted to keep rolling, keep this thing rolling, keep the positive energy going. And like I said, I'm going to keep promoting the book, and we want to keep this thing going. And I am subscribed to your Reading in the Dark channel too, because I put that in. I discovered that channel, and I also put that in the description of the video, so people are going to be able to find you. And I even put your podcast on there. I put everything on there that I knew of, and so I think that's effective as well. So keep doing your thing, and hopefully when you go live again like this, I can catch you and jump on board again. Once again, tell your wife I said hello and kudos to her. I hope you're enjoying yourself out there in the great world that you're in. And thank you again, Gwen B, for saying hi to me. I appreciate you. It's been a long time since I've seen you, young lady. You came to my chat room, young lady, this week. It was great to see you over here. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I'm not gonna let nothing stop me, brother. I'm gonna keep doing what we're doing, and we're gonna take it all the way to the top. So take care, everybody, and me as I get ready to get out of here. Let me give you the almighty clap, brother Yapo. Here you go. All right, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank
Peace.
you.
No problem. Everybody take care. Have a good night and be safe this whole week and tell somebody you love them.
Tell the truth too. He didn't give it to me because he didn't hear me. Everybody tell the truth. So the real Aaron Collins is back. All right, brother. Sorry we lost you. I don't know why he dropped out.
Oh yeah. I'm actually on the road traveling, so I probably went through one of those dead zones. But yeah, man. This is if you're doing the last words, man. I'm so glad to, like I said again, see you again on Yapo, and man, this is gonna be. I think this is the start of something great.
Yeah, it's all good. I want to greet Gwen B. Gwen B came in. She was one of the beta readers for Melanin. And what a beta reader is a person who reads it before publication and just gives input about it. And I'll say this: the entire chapter 8 exists because of my wife Gwen B, Ioka B, and my mother-in-law all made these suggestions, and I ended up adding a literal whole chapter to the book because of those suggestions. And the book was already as long as it could be. The book's like 4 pages shy of 600 pages.
Wow, that is so awesome, brother. That is so awesome.
Yeah. So
and shout out to Gwen B, and also shout out to Kendrick and
How you
Dallas out there too. Shout out to both of them.
How you doing, Aaron?
Hey Kendrick, what's going on, brother?
Hey, not much, man. I'm just chilling, doing my thing. So, hey, I'm at work right now, so I don't start till like another hour and a half. So I have some time to talk to you guys. What you guys been talking about earlier?
I've actually been giving I've been giving a real big thank you to everybody because my novel Melanin went yesterday from being like in the 130s, like the low 130s on Amazon, which still isn't bad because it's still, because it's like 7, 8, 900 black science fiction books on Amazon, and mine was like 130, 132 or 137 or 139. And after I went on Information Man's show last night, it was pre-recorded, but after we did that last night, I got up this morning and Melanin was at number 35. And then this afternoon, went to number 30 on Amazon. Are you there?
No, I'm here. I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
Did you hear the on the note? Okay. But sorry about that.
That's all right. And so yeah, it's at number 30 on Amazon, and there's an Octavia Butler book that it's ahead of. There's a Walter Mosley book that it's ahead of, and it's all thanks to people like Information Man and all of you out there that have been purchasing and ordering the book and telling the media that we're tired of you just giving us crap, and we want content from black loving people who love black us, and we want something that we can read or something that we can interact with that we know we're not going to be insulted by the time that we finish interacting with it. And so that's why I came on to talk about, was basically to just say thank you to everybody and let everybody know that it's not like this singular effort. This is like almost like a team effort. It's not almost. This is like a team effort that's moving this up in this way. And I just thank everyone for all that you did, for all that you've done, for all your encouragement, and for your encouragement while I was writing it, and so on. And so my speak says that's awesome. I plan to purchase it soon. We love science fiction. Thank you. I wrote the best book I could, and my when you get a chance, I'm gonna. As a matter of fact, I'll do it right now. I'm gonna throw a link to my website into the chat, and then that way you'll be able to see everything that I have written and what I'm working on. But the main thing is Melanin, and then I have the story that's on Kindle Vella that I was talking about earlier. But that's it. So, Kendrick, I'm going to give you the floor. I'm sitting here running my mouth. I'm going to go and get this link and throw it in the chat. But I'm going to give you the floor.
I'm just pretty much a guest here, so I really appreciate you allowing me to be on your live stream, Napa. And it's nice seeing you two talking to you too, Aaron. And information, I kind of enjoy, listening to all your views. I really do. And all the rest of your chat, I just want to let you know, hey, I love you guys. Keep supporting, do your thing like you usually do. And, like so far this whole week, like I sit back and I kind of observe a lot of things, what's going on, like in society. Like, sorry about the noise in the background. So forgive me, guys, about
That's
that.
all right.
Yeah, I know it's a little loud, so sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. I work at the airport, so sorry about the background.
Oh, it's all right.
All right, for sure. But yeah, other than that, it's pretty much been the same for me. Nothing different. But it's like, I'm actually did like talking to you. I really love talking to you. Literally talking to you. Like, yeah, it's kind of surprising. And I think it's like my first time ever talking to you, Yappa, and you too, Aaron.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think it is. Kendrick, yeah, I think I've seen you in a lot of the comments. Yeah, man, I'm glad to hear from your voice.
Yeah. So, and I love it. Yeah, and honestly, really just have like a real physical conversation with you guys, like kind of just going back and coming back and forth. And honestly, and all this like social media stuff, it's okay. You send information out to people, but it's not allowed today. It's like a lot of people don't even try to communicate like socially, like physically, eye contact, all that kind of stuff. Like I'm trying to at least honestly, for me now, this whole 2 weeks, like when I be going to work, a lot of my coworkers, we've been going out a lot, hanging out. We've been doing these physically. It's like a lot. It's pretty crazy. And like, I've been feeling so good. Honestly, I get the weight off my system, everything, and it feels so great. Honestly. So
Yeah,
I feel really good. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, go ahead.
Oh, no, no, you're good. Anyway, hey, how's Angela doing?
Angela's doing very well, and she's writing. She actually has some stories up on a platform called Kindle Vella, and it's called I Declare Love, and declare is spelled like because the main character's name is Declare, and her name is spelled DECLAIRE, and it's a romance. Whereas I'm always writing like sci-fi and the one I have on Bella is like horror and sci-fi and fantasy, all that. And and hers is romance because she likes romance.
I love. Hey, Mr. Kendrick, how you doing?
I'm pretty good. I like listening, hearing your voice, and I always love your energy. Always, I never get tired of hearing your voice.
Yeah, it's mutual. It's a mutual interaction, mutual appreciation.
Yeah, no worries. And honestly, I just like, hey, what's been going on with you so far, Angela?
What'd you say? You cut out.
No, I said, what's been going on with you, Angela?
Oh shoot! Just living
about your book. Go ahead.
Yeah, just living life. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. Yeah, I'm moving to the side so you can have some of the mic.
Just living life, trying to take full advantage of the momentum of Ayapo's writing energy to get some of these stories that I have out, create some of the things that I would love and enjoy to be reading and vibing with. I'm facilitating a Black Writers group.
That's right.
Just working and living.
Okay, but
a lot of people miss.
Honestly, I kind of miss you like when you make your videos, and I was like to catch you on the live stream, and it's like, hey.
I literally just told him that too. Matter of fact, basically, Angela, it's like you're a black conscience.
Oh, that's
Oh,
very sweet.
see, that's
Mhm.
Avery Hodges just said, "All right, bro, Ayapo, good to have caught you live. Congrats again, and we're
Mhm.
both putting out product that I hope does well. Peace to the panel and chat, and good
Mhm.
night." Good night,
Oh,
and
good
thank you
night,
so much.
Avery.
Avery has supported us from the beginning.
Yes,
Well.
Always been. If nobody else commented on a video,
he would
he was
comment.
Mhm.
always commenting, always.
Yeah,
So
I mean, Ayapo, I'm telling you, this feels like a reunion, dude. This literally feels like a literal reunion. I'm telling you.
Hey,
I mean,
it
excuse me,
does.
guys. Not excuse me, guys. Not to cut you off for a moment, but I'm gonna get off. So just want to give you a heads. So I want to tell you guys good night. Good night, Aaron. Good night, Yapa. Good night, Angela. Good night, everybody in the chat. And
good
also,
night, Kendrick.
yeah, good night, guys. And also, Thursday, I might make a video, so be ready for that. So I just want to give you guys a heads up. You guys might like want to be watched, so link and subscribe to my channel. So don't miss it.
Okay, I will.
All
Kendrick,
right.
yeah, you literally took the words out of my mouth, Kendrick. I was wondering, like, man, when we gonna see some content from you? You just said it, though.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I'm gonna just let out the knowledge. Just let it out. Whoa. That's what I'm about to do.
We wait.
All right. All right.
Thank
Good
you,
night,
Kendrick.
guys.
And Kendrick, if
You're
you're
welcome.
traveling, safe travels.
I
You're
sure will,
traveling.
sir.
All right.
Yes, sir, I will. You have a good night.
Peace. Good night. You
Good
take
night.
care.
Good hearing your voice.
See, you know what? You
34.
know what, Aaron? It really is. It's like
A
this is kind of
family
like old
reunion.
school. You know,
Right.
back
That's
before
exactly what it is.
back before YouTube went into the crapper.
It's still
Dude, I'm telling you.
YouTube,
Yeah.
or I don't know. I'm not on YouTube as much as I used to be, but I'm sure it's just where you look and where you focus. That's how I be looking at stuff.
Right.
You
Jazzy,
know,
34 Jazz. Oh, sorry.
you know
Go
how
ahead.
much of a reunion this is? Because I remember you all, let me tell you something. I remember you all back before StreamYards, back when get this, back when it was Google Hangouts. That's how far back I go with you all. Yeah.
I
And for
remember
all you
that.
old, for all you youngsters out there who wasn't born yet, Google Hangouts it was StreamYards before StreamYards. It was Zoom before Zoom.
Right, kicking it old school. Right, and it was just so good back then. And I get, there was still mess and confusion going on. But you know what? I look at it kind of like, I don't know. Well, you can probably remember, but I'm old enough to remember when Jerry Springer was actually a talk show. And
Yeah,
then
I remember
at some
too.
point, yeah, and at some point it took this turn. It went to pot and turned to crap because they had that fight on there, and then they found out that that's what the money was, where the money was, and that's where the viewers were, and so on. And then it just totally turned to crap. And I kind of see YouTube the same way, is that it used to really be something, and then at
Well,
some point they found out that the mess and the confusion was what was making money, and the and the
well,
and, and the beefs. Oh, go ahead,
well,
Aaron. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say that the mess is also what made a star out of Steve Wilkos because he got his start on Jerry Springer show
Right.
as a security guy.
Yeah, I remember that.
Ho-
Hold on, 34 Jazzy. I don't know if you leaving, but thank you so much for purchasing the book. It's delivered on Wednesday. I
On
can't wait for
Wednesday.
you to get started. I know you're gonna enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to hearing your feedback.
Thank you so much. And let's see. It said just purchased your book. Oh, you just read that. Thank you so much.
All right.
And when and everybody, after you read your book, if you can, leave a review. 5 stars only. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Even if it's 1 star, I can't control that because
Everything
I
is not
want
for everybody.
everything
Except
is not
for melanin. Melanin is for everybody.
for black folks. Yeah.
Oh, for all black people, right?
But yeah, if you can leave a review and be honest, because when people are honest, that helps that helps the writing. So thanks so much. And Gwenby, I appreciate your input into the book. And yeah, Gwenby's in there.
Hi, Cindy.
And so
Yes.
you haven't met my aunt Speaks, but
No.
that's sister. I let's see. I was on a. I don't think I've ever been on a panel with her. I might have been one time, but that's sister. Lord have mercy.
A lot
You
of
want to talk
people,
about some wisdom and some
a lot, a
knowledge.
lot,
And,
a lot of people think that we as black people don't get into sci-fi. I mean, you gotta understand. I'm a '70s baby, so I'm a Star Wars head. So
right.
we do get into sci-fi. Matter of fact, I have this sister in Atlanta. She has her own
Uh-huh.
film festival called the Urban Media Makers Film Festival, and she introduced something called Afrofuturism. And I'm sure you've heard of Afrofuturists. It's basically black sci-fi. So you know,
Right.
we do go beyond the final frontier also.
And here's the thing. I never ever use the term Afrofuturism anymore. And when you sign up for my newsletter, which is free, it's a free newsletter that you can sign up for on my site. It comes out every month, and like I said, it's free. It basically tells you about. I'm heading towards something, Aaron, but it basically tells you what I'm doing and what I'm working on and so on. And I think it's a pretty nice newsletter. And when you sign up for that, you also get for free a PDF that you can download of my short story Moenesis, the Oak Tree, which I've heard nothing but good things about. Moenesis, the Oak Tree, is the from my book of short stories called Paradigm Void. Paradigm Void is not out yet. It'll be coming out soon. It's done. It's in the edit stages right now. But Moenesis, the Oak Tree, is one of the stories from that book. Having said that, one of the issues of my newsletters, Reading and Writing in the Dark, uh, speaks about why I don't use the term Afrofuturism. And it was because it was coined by a white man. And I'm like, I want everything that our people have to be our stuff. And so that's why I started using the term theoretical ebb and fiction. Whenever you see my stuff that's going to say this, or like my short stories, or when I discuss it, or whatever, you'll never see the term Afrofuturism. It will always be theoretical ebb and fiction. Now, I will say this.
Wow, I stand corrected. That's okay. Wow, I didn't know that. I stand corrected.
Yeah, but
Okay.
you weren't. Yeah, but you weren't saying anything wrong though, because at the same time, I understand that like theoretical ebb and fiction only refers to written works, but Afrofuturism is kind of like saying hip hop. And to be honest, I'm just now really learning all this as far as hip hop goes. Hip hop isn't just the music. Hip hop encompasses the entire culture, you know. And I didn't know that. I honestly didn't know. As a black person, I didn't know that. And
We're
Afrofuturism
going to one of these dead zones, man.
refers to Afrofuturism refers to more than just the writing. So, but when it comes to the written work, then I use theoretical ebb and fiction because I don't like the fact that a white man came up with the phrase and we use it. You know, heck with that. I want us to have all our own stuff, all of it. So anyway, somebody might
Exactly.
be able to come up with something better than somebody might be able to come up with something better than theoretical ebb and fiction. But for crying out loud, please come up with something other than Afrofuturism. Let one of our people come up with what defines our people, because
I just,
that's
I just,
all about. Oh yeah, go ahead,
I
Aaron.
just,
I'm sorry
I,
to cut you
I,
off.
I just came up with a term just now. Ebony virtuosity.
What?
I call it ebony virtuosity.
Ebony virtuosity?
Mm-hmm. I just literally came up with that phrase.
That actually,
I mean,
that actually isn't bad. That's a,
yeah,
in the chat, in the comments, let us know what you think of that, because that's the thing. Now, as far as the fiction goes, I'm always going to use theoretical ebb and fiction, but ebb and virtuosity to take the place of Afrofuturism, I could, I would rather say that. I'd rather say what did you say, ebony
yeah,
virtuosity?
ebony virtuosity.
Yeah, I'd rather use that than Afrofuturism any day, because
And I
I
could
want us
probably tweak it a little bit.
yeah, I want us to have our own stuff. So, my
Nah,
whole goal is for us to take control of our own narrative.
you're absolutely right about that, Apple. And I just came up with this. I just realized this yesterday. You know how these manosphere types, when they use the term red pill and blue pill, well, what
Uh
they
huh.
don't realize is that those terms was actually, they actually came from a black woman. Sophia Reynolds, she was the actual creator of the Matrix. Um, you know who I'm talking about. Um, uh, yeah, isn't that her name, Reynolds or something? Or maybe I'm getting her name. Okay, but it was a black woman who actually came up with the idea of the Matrix, which Warner Brothers sold. You still there, Ayapo?
Right.
Yeah, you still there? Probably going to the one of these dead zones again.
Yeah, Sophia Stewart. Sophia, I something that on a Jane. Let's talk. There. I don't know if you can hear. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, put a one in the chat, because I'm getting ready to close this down. I don't know if I got him muted or not. Okay, so for everybody that is still here, my internet is janky. I already explained why and told you that it could shut off at any time. So I'm gonna go on and shut this down, because I don't want it to go out again while we're talking. But just one last time, I just want to thank everybody that's here. I want to thank everyone who is supporting the book. It means so much to me. And like I said, it's at number 30 on Amazon, and that's you guys is doing. That's you guys is doing. I'm saying you guys
All
is,
right.
but so God is too new. Aaron, I'm gonna let you have the last word after I say goodbye to everybody, but or acknowledge
All
everybody.
right.
Unsunken one, natural. God is too new. Our information man, much love. Avery Hodges, and I think you already gone, but Kendrick and my aunt speaks. thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you and Information Man get hooked up, because I will definitely be watching that with the bells on. You are full of knowledge, sister, and I'm grateful for you. Um, and let's see, I think I got everybody. Oh, Gwen B. How could I not mention Queen Gwen B? And let's see, Avery Hodges, 34 Jazzy. Thank you, and thank you for purchasing the book. I hope you enjoy it. I'm sure that you will, and I did my very best with it. And so, all of that said, Aaron, I'm going to let you have the last word, and then I'm going to close it up. Just keep in mind, I could drop out at any time.
All right, brother, man. I appreciate once again you and Angela blessed me to come in you all's presence and just be here. This is fun, and I think I'm actually traveling right now, so I'm probably hitting a few deads.
Oh,
Chopping up with you all,
there it is.
and then and then Information Man coming up. I mean, like I said, this felt like a reunion, and it is a reunion. I mean, seeing you all last night, seeing Radical Queen Sister on the in the chat last night, and then I got a chance to see her, to get on her, get me to see her chat today, and then right before that, and then after that, I mean, I came to you. So it's like, man, this is definitely a reunion. I mean, like I said, the sisters and brothers who I haven't seen in a long time are making a comeback, and we need you all back, because, like I said, Black YouTube has gone to the pits.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's awesome to be back up here and talking to family, and people and with people who are talking sense. So I'm gonna go on and close out. All the links to everything that I talked about, to my books and my site, and to register for the newsletter. Everything is in the I don't even know what they. I don't see. That's how long it's been since I like come on here. But in the not the comment section, but you know what I mean, and in the description box. So all that is there, and I just want to once again thank everybody for coming in. Aaron, thank you so much for being on the panel and hanging with me. I'm getting ready to shut this because it looks like you might have fallen out. So okay, there we go. And I can't thank you enough. And I'm just looking. I'm actually thinking that Melanin has a chance to really actually go to number one, and that's I can't even put words to describe that. So, like I said, there's links to everything. There's links to Ioka B's book. There's links to Angela's book, and I'm calling them books. They're on the Kindle Vella platform. I'm trying to make sure I don't forget anything. Please, if you get a chance, or when you can, go to Sister My Aunt Speaks, and subscribe to her channel. You won't be sorry. Uh, and Omawale Africa, go to his channel. You won't be sorry. I can guarantee that. Gwen B, go to her channel, subscribe to Kendrick's channel. Just everybody that you see in the chat, just like Information Man says. If you see them in the chat, just go and do a quick check to see if they have a channel. If they have one, then go on and subscribe. And with that, I'm going to close up, and I think I'm going to have some rice and broccoli is what I'm going to do. So peace and blessings to all of you, and thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you for all that you've done for me and for my book. Thank you. I appreciate it more than I can put into words. And I will talk to you soon. Peace.